Greetings, everyone. Welcome back, or if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. So today we are going to take a look at the Butterickand Vogue collection. So this is the early 2024 collection, and I am going to be sharing with you my thoughts and my impressions of both of these collections. As always, if you want to share your thoughts of these collections, please make sure that you drop a few comments in the comment section below and let us know what you thought about these two collections and if you will be buying anything from these collections. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Butterick collection first. And from the outset, this very first pattern, the Butterick B6977, I will say as soon as I saw this pattern, I thought of two patterns that we have had in the past, and the first is the Mimi G Simplicity pattern. I'll put that image here because I can't remember all the numbers of all these different patterns, but I'll put that image here. It definitely resembles that pattern. And then also we had a McCall's pattern last year that came out that resembles this pattern as well. So if you have those two patterns in your stash, I'm pretty sure that this is going to have a lot of the same features. So if you want to save yourself a few bucks, then go ahead and use those patterns. But let's go ahead and see what the description says. This says that it is a loose fitting tiered hem dress that have a pointed collar, collar band, face yoke, front band with button closure, and set-in sleeves with an elastic hem. So it is saying that it is easy, but as always, if you are working with any closures like button details and zipper details, this is going to be more of your advanced beginner to intermediate type sewing skill. And so for those individuals who are new coming into sewing, I'm not going to discourage you from trying a pattern that you absolutely like, but just keep that in mind that you will be putting buttonholes and buttons on this particular dress pattern if you decide to make it. I do like the different tiers. I like the button front band. I like that it comes with a sash, and the sleeves look big enough that for someone like me who have a bigger bicep, it looks like this pattern is going to favor those types of body features. So for me, like I said, I always say on the channel, I have bigger biceps, and so a lot of the times the commercial patterns don't fit me. I have to expand the sleeves. This looked like it might be complementary to my biceps, and I might not have to do too much in the way of expanding or doing a bicep adjustment. So I do like this pattern, but as I mentioned before, I have the Butterick pattern, I have the Simplicity pattern that I had mentioned, the Mimi G pattern, and I also have that McCall's pattern that was released last year, and they are very, very similar to this pattern. I do like the way that they styled the model. I feel like that is a very spring-friendly fabric choice that they made, and I think it really complements the season and also the skin tone of the model. Such a beautiful, beautiful printed fabric that they chose there. So I really do like that pattern. It's just that I have a pattern that's similar to this, so I would not be running out to get this unless I can see like a major difference in the features that it offers, which I don't really see that by looking at the description on the website. So next we have this Butterick B6976. So this is a Mrs. Lounge set by Palmer and Pletch. And the description reads that it's a straight wrap dress and top that have bands, darts, tie closures, and it can be worn as a long sleeve as well as a short sleeve or sleeveless. And it has straight legged pants that have an elastic waist and stitched hems. And this is also classified as easy. Now, I would definitely say this is going to be for your beginners and advanced beginners because you don't really have any closures except for the tie. And I really like that. This is going to be just such a really simple, easy wrap style. And I think if you like those high round neck wrap styles that don't have much of a V-neck or a plunging neckline, this is definitely going to be for you. I think that the straight silhouette is a really classic and it's a really nice design. However, I'm trying to go for something that has a little bit more of an elevated sleeve, not just a straight sleeve, maybe something that has gathering on the shoulder head or a slight bishop sleeve or something like that, just to give me a little bit more volume in the sleeve. So that way, when I'm wearing these straight A-line, not A-line, I'm sorry, these straight sheath or shift styles, that the attention won't be so much focused on my bicep. And so I can definitely see myself making something like this, but I would definitely include some adjustments to the pattern to get like a better sleeve that would fit my body type. Next, there's the Butterick B6978. This is a Mrs. Cape top and pants. I'm going to be honest, I didn't quite like the cape out of this. I think the top and the pants, they're really great basics that you can add to your wardrobe. You know, we always need, you know, simple tops and pants that we can add to our wardrobe. But the cape is just not for me. I just don't really like cape styles very much. But with that said, I do think it will be very easy. It is actually classified as easy. You don't have that many, I don't think you have, let's see, any button closures or anything like that. You're doing snap closures, and so I think that those are a little bit easier than button closures, in my opinion. And so that would be definitely something that beginners and advanced beginners can take advantage of. So the description reads that it's a line cape that have a stand-up collar, side front pocket, side openings, concealed sew-on snap closure, and length variations. The loose fitting top has a bias binding that you're going to purchase to finish off the sleeveless top there. You have slide slips and a hem. You have a side slits on your hem. And then you have slim fitting pants with Rogaine waist facings. And you also have waist darts and an invisible zipper and a hook and eye closure for your pants. So really simple design here for your pants and your top. And as I stated before with the cape, as long as you're using those snap closures, I think that that would be a little bit more easier to work with than your buttons and your buttonholes for, you know, someone who wants to sew this, who is just beginning into sewing and your sewing journey. Okay, so let's take a look at this next top. This is the Butterick Mrs. Women shirt. It is the Butterick B6980, which I'm not a fan of. This is an asymmetrical button top, and for me, in my personal taste, this is just not going to work for me. I feel like it'll look too boxy on me, and I'm not into boxy styles. It just doesn't fit my frame the way in which I would like it to. And so this is not something that I would gravitate towards. And the asymmetrical buttons on the side, I just don't like that look either. But let's go ahead and read the descriptions, and I will tell you more about my thoughts here. So the description reads that this is a semi-fitted shirt that have a neckband, collar, face yoke, front and back darts, front button closure, long setting sleeves with the sleeve ending in a band buttons on the cuff. And you have a button placket that is an asymmetrical button placket. And then your hem is a stitched hem. And you also have like this triangle shirt tail type hem thing going on as well. Kind of like a handkerchief thing at the bottom of the shirt there. I'm not a fan of this style and this look. Looking at this objectively, I think that this would be really great for individuals who like this kind of style, especially with the asymmetrical look, the collar around the neckline and the banded button placket there. I do think that it is a decent pattern. It's just not something that I'm in love with, and something that I would not purchase this pattern because it's just not something that I like the style. So next we have a Mrs. jacket. This is the Butterick B6979 front, a fitted lined jacket that have princess seams, concealed front zipper closure, inseam pocket, set-in sleeves, and length variations. View A, you can do a long sleeve. View B is a 7/8 sleeve length with a pleat and button detail, and they categorize this as average. Let's look at this next pattern. This is the Butterick B6975. This is a wardrobe style pattern. You have a Mrs. jacket, knit top, dress, and pants, and it is a Palmer and plush design. The description read that the jacket has a front patch pockets, collar and top stitching details. You can do a slim fitted knit top with a dress that have raglan sleeves and a band. You can also do views D and E, which is your pair of pants that have back darts, contoured waistband, and a hook and eye closure. And you also have a capri style pants as well. So really basic, wardrobe style pattern. We've seen many of these before. Nice to always see something like this in a collection. Now we have the Butterick B6974, which is a loose fitting shirt dress. I really do like this shirt dress here. It says that it's a classic fit shirt dress that has bust darts, front waist darts, back darts, and sleeve variations. Now, looking on the model here, it does look like the sleeve is a little bit more loose fitting. I hope that's the case because for girlies like me who have bigger biceps, we can take advantage of those loose fitting styles. Don't have to do as many alterations to our sleeve pattern to get a really nice fitting sleeve. So I really do like that about the pattern. I like that it have all these different darts. You have dart placements in the front, the back, and that's going to give you a little bit more shaping. And I would consider getting it. I have to check my stash and see if I have something similar, but I do like this style of shirt dress here. Next, we have the Butterick B6973, which are trousers. So this is a pair of pants. Wide leg trouser and cropped pants have contour waistband, fly front zipper / pockets, front pleat details, and back darts. And this is rated as average. This also reminds me of a few of the Vogue patterns that came out last year. Again, if you have those patterns, you don't necessarily need to run out and get this pattern. I do like the wide leg look and the / pockets. Those two are my favorite features on pants. I'm not too crazy about pleat details, especially in the waist and the front of the garment. However, I do like the wide leg pants and the the slit pocket there. Next, we have a couple of retro patterns. So this is the Butterick B6986, Butterick 1970s vintage style wrap and go skirt. It's a flared skirt that is a wrap skirt below the mid knee length and has pockets, inside front seams, waistband with attached narrow ties and top stitching detail. You can do, it says it's an easy, only 2 main pattern pieces, no zipper, no buttons, no closures, no snaps, just a slip it on, wrap and tie, and you're set to go. So this is definitely going to be your easy pattern. Now I can see this as being your easy pattern. You have no other notions that you're going to be using. You have no other different patterns you're going to be using except for the front and the back. And so I really do like that style there. And I would definitely classify that as an easy pattern. And then next we have the Butterick B6985, which is another vintage 1970s dress. This is a wrap and go dress, semi-fitted sleeveless wrap dress that has a scoop neckline, and you can purchase fold over braid finish extending into front ties. So I'm guessing maybe like a bias binding or something like that you have to purchase to actually get your ties there. It says easy, only 3 main pattern pieces, no buttons, no zippers, no snaps. Just slip it on, wrap and tie in the front, and you are all set to go. So again, another easy pattern that I would say that is classified as easy as well. We do also have a few other children's patterns, but I rarely sew with children's patterns, so I'm not going to talk about those. But let's talk about this unisex pattern here. This is a pair of shorts, pants, and shirts for men and women. So Butterick B6984, loose fitting camp collar shirt that has forward shoulder seams, patch pockets with button flaps, side slits, stitched hems, and sleeve length variations, loose fitting pleated shorts or pants that sit below the waistline. You have a fly front zipper, side seam pockets, belt loops, back patch pockets, and stitched hems. So you got a lot going on here. They do rate this as average, and I would agree with that. Then we have this Butterick top. Now, I will say, even though I don't like boxy styles or very loose fitting styles, this is a really cute top here. It's a tunic, and you also get a jean pattern as well, which is also really nice. So the description says that this is a very loose fitting pullover tunic that has a stand-up collar, neckline gathers, front slit at the opening, raglan sleeves ending in button cuffs with continuous lap opening and stitched hems. Fitted boot cut jeans have contoured waistband, pockets, belt loops, back yoke, fly zipper, and a contrast heavy duty thread top stitching and length variations. And it is classified as average. So I do like this top. It's very similar to that Vogue top that we seen last year. I think one of the major differences with that Vogue top, we did have like a yoke piece around the neckline, and then you had loop closures going down the front as well. But this is very similar to that Vogue pattern, and I have that Vogue pattern. I haven't made it yet, but I am really excited to make it. Very similar. I think that Vogue pattern might be a little bit less voluminous, especially in the main part of the body. But this one also I think is really nice and fun. I would be interested in even lengthening this and making it more into a top, maybe make a belt and cinch in the waist. I really do like the long voluminous sleeves, and also the neckband as well. So I would consider giving this a try, and I like that it comes with the bonus pattern with the jeans, and so I would consider giving this pattern a try. But as I mentioned in my earlier video for 2024, one of my goals is to make sure I'm absolutely going to sew a pattern before I go out and purchase it. And so I will wait on this one, but I do think it's definitely on my radar, and I definitely would consider buying that one. So we're going to go ahead and switch gears and talk about the Vogue collection here. And right off the bat, I want to say, because this year is the 50th anniversary for the DVF, I'm sorry. So that's the Diane Von Furstenberg's wrap dress collection. So if you don't know much about Diane Von Furstenberg, she's basically one of the creators, like one of the first creators who have given us the wrap dress style. Elsa Schiaparelli was the very first in the 1930s, but Diane Von Furstenberg, she came along in the 1970s, and she blessed us with the classic wrap dress that we know and love today. I talked a little bit about that in my the beginning of my wrap dress series video. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description box below. You could go over and see the history of the wrap dresses and how we have come to have the wrap dresses. I'm still working on my wrap dress series, being as though that this year is the 50th anniversary. I do want to collect all the wrap dresses that I have made last year, as well as some that I'm going to be making this year. And I'll continue to show you guys everything that I have made in honor of the 50th anniversary of the wrap dress. So I'm really excited about this new wrap dress that we have been blessed to. Well, it's not new. It is a reproduction. It is Diane Von Furstenberg's, one of her first wrap dresses, and I'm definitely going to run out and get this when it goes on sale. And I'm so glad that Vogue, or the Big Four, put this out, because it is a very expensive pattern over on eBay, Etsy, and Amazon, because as you can imagine, because Diane Von Furstenberg is, known for her classic signature styles, her designs tend to be very expensive. And so I'm definitely going to go out and get this pattern. So the first pattern that we have in this collection is the Diane Von Furstenberg Vogue V2000. So this is the iconic vintage Vogue pattern from 1970s. Front wrap dress by Diane Von Furstenberg that has been released from the pattern archives for the first time in honor of the 50th anniversary. So it has a front wrap dress, 3 inches below mid knee or evening length, a fitted bodice with slightly gathered at front and tucked at back into waistline, a fit and flare skirt that attaches that is attached by tie ends, that the tie at the side front or center back. I'm sorry, I'm reading bullet points here, and so I'm trying to phrase it as a sentence, but they have it as bullet points. You also have full length sleeves that have a pointed cuff with button trim. You could wear this with or without a pointed collar, and there's top stitching trim. And so, yeah, really, really love this. It also has a sew along on here as well with Mimi G. And so if you go on the simplicity.com website and you look up this wrap dress under the Vogue collection, you'll see that YouTube video link, and you can just go ahead and watch that full length sew along with that. So I'm really excited about this wrap dress. I'm definitely going to go get this wrap dress. It's very similar to a lot of the other wrap dresses that we have had. I would just like to have this as like a like in my collection as a memorabilia or something like that, which I think would be really fun to own a copy of the Diane Von Furstenberg original design. And so that's why I want to purchase that copy there. So let's go ahead and move along, and let's look at some of the other pieces in this collection here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this next dress that I would most likely be purchasing. This is the Vogue V2004. So this is a dress pattern that come in 2 different lengths. And one of the reasons why I want to purchase this is because it has it has many features of a Zimmerman style dress. So if you guys have been looking at any of the different Zimmerman styles and fashion on the Fashion One Way, you'll notice that this is definitely in line with those designs. And I definitely like those designs. They're very pretty. Some of them have like a boho vibe, but then others have like a summer vibe. And I just absolutely love these types of dresses. And so I definitely want to pick this up here. This is a line dress that is fitted through the bust and have raglan sleeves, which I'm a fan of raglan sleeves. When I first started sewing, I didn't really care for raglan sleeves. But after sewing and learning more about my body type and what styles work for me, I absolutely love raglan sleeves. It definitely makes my my arms look a little bit more thinner, and so I love raglan sleeves for that reason. Let's go ahead and finish with the description. Got a little bit off track there. You also have a front button and bias loop closure, invisible back zipper, hook and eye closure. View A has a flared skirt with a ruffle hem, side seam pocket stitched hems, and below elbow length sleeves with a barrel cuff. Really like that. View B has long sleeves, continuous lap opening, button and loop closures on cuffs. So I really, really like this, and I'm definitely going to go out and get this. I have a few different fabrics in my stash that I have in mind that I have from Mood Fabric, including like voile fabrics that I think will be perfect for summer, especially if I'm going to be lining it. So I really like that pattern, and I will be picking that pattern up. This is Mrs. Jacket in 2 lengths. You have a skirt and a pair of pants. You have close fitting lined jacket that has a long 2-piece sleeve. You have princess seams and welt pockets. View A is cropped. View B has self-fringe trim. You have a fitted pencil skirt that has waist facings an invisible back zipper and a back vent. You have a semi-fitted high-rise pants that have flared legs with hem facings and self-fringe trim. And then you also have a fly zipper, contour waistband, and hook and bar closure. So I really like this because, like I said, this is something you can definitely wear to the office, and it's not like really elaborate and voluminous and big, and you know how we've been seeing a lot of those big volumed garments and things like that in the last couple of collections. So I really like this for that reason, because you can wear it pretty much anywhere where you have an event that calls for something that is semi-casual or semi-formal. This next pattern, the Vogue V2011 top with sleeve variations, I'm going to have to say no to. Too many ruffle details, too many layers, it's just too much for me. This is a loose fitting ruffle baby doll top that have lined body, stand up collar, front neck gathered set-in sleeves with front button cuffs and back slit opening, collar fastens with buttons and have elastic loops. I don't like this style. There's too much going on, too many different layers for me, and also baby doll styles are just not styles that I really like, and so I'm going to have to say no to that pattern. I don't really like the style. Sorry, guys. Next, we have this elegant Badgley Mishka design. This is such a vibe. I think that this gives like Valentine's Day vibes. Such a cute design. I love the play on the pink and the red, the big voluminous sleeves, which I'm not a fan of really big sleeves, and especially if like if I'm going somewhere formal, but I don't want to have to deal with like a lot, I would make a bishop sleeve, but not something like this. But I think that this would be something fun to like sew, but I wouldn't necessarily wear it. But I do think it is something fun to sew. Close fitting lined dress that has a sweetheart neckline, balloon sleeves, invisible back zipper with a hook and eye closure. Below elbow length sleeves have opening with continuous lap, elastic loop, and covered button closures. So again, I think that this is a really cute style. I think it is figure flattering for everyone. However, this isn't something that I would actually, I wouldn't have an event to wear to. And so personally, I would not be purchasing this, but I do think it is fun to look at, and it is a really cute design and style. Next, there is the Mrs. Shorts and Pants. This is the Vogue V2014 high-rise pleated shorts or pants, loose fitting through the hips, have waistband with hook and bar closure, belt carrier, side front pockets, back welt pockets, fly front zipper, and cuffs. Again, very similar to some of the patterns that we've seen in the past. And so I definitely won't be going out to get this one because I have something that's very similar to this. Next, we have another dress pattern, and I would consider buying this one, especially for view A. I like the way that they styled the model with view A. I would probably take out some of the ruffles around the neckline. As you can see, you have ruffles on the neckline as well as underneath the yoke there, and then also on the sleeve. I think I would take out maybe the ruffles on the sleeve or either on the underneath the yoke so that I don't have much ruffles. However, I do like the fit and fair look, and I also like the puff sleeve, but it's a puff sleeve, but it's not too puffy. And so that's what I like about it. So this is a lined fit and flare dress fitted through the bust, has a bias ruffle detail tracing the yoke and the neckline. Underline bodice has princess seams, extended shoulder pads, and gathered set-in sleeves, ending in a button cuff and continuous lap opening. Dress includes front button and self-bias loop opening and invisible back zipper and baby hems. View A has a short sleeve and view B has full length sleeves. Now, in terms of the shoulder pad, I would omit that. I would not put the shoulder pad in, but other than that, I like this dress pattern, and I would definitely be getting this. Next, we have the Vogue V2006. This is a two-piece dress. I do like this. I would probably slim down the sleeve just a tad. But other than that, I do like this. I like the peplum lined dress. This reminds me of a Butterick pattern that we had a couple years ago. Actually, it was more than a couple years ago. It was maybe 5, maybe, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago. But this is really, really cute. You have custom fitting options with this, which I think is nice. The description says it's a close fitting lined peplum top that has princess seam, square neckline, neck bands, front zipper, set-in sleeves with shoulder pleats, shoulder pads, matching belt and covered buckle. Fitted pencil skirt has waist darts, invisible back zipper, hook and bar closure, back pleats, and invisible hem. Separate pattern pieces are included for A, B, C, and D cup sizes. Just like with the previous garment, as I stated, I would omit the shoulder pads. But other than that, I think that that is a cute little two-piece there. And I would consider getting that one. Next, we have a Mrs. Jacket, Vogue V2015. Another beautiful, beautiful design. This is a line semi-fitted collarless jacket, has princess seams, long two-piece sleeves, shoulder pad, patch pockets with button and button holes. View A has front button closure and contrast sleeve bands. View B has purchase trim. I like this design. I know it's very simple and simplistic, but I do like it. I like that you're going to have a more contoured waistline because you have these princess seams. I love the buttons on the pocket, which is really fun, I think. I like this. I like the design. I like the collarless design. I do like collars, but sometimes, you want to have a design without a collar. I think this is really fun. I really do. And if you want a collar, it would be so easy to just construct your own collar and put it in there, sandwich it in between the facings there. I think it would be so, so fun to own this pattern as well. Next, we have this Mrs. Dress. This is like a halter top dress by Tom and Linda Platt. I think that this is right in line for Valentine's Day. I think if you select like a pink color or a red color, this would be so, so fun and cute for Valentine's Day. Close fitting, line bias cut halter style dress that has front neck gathers, neck binding and cases bias collar that ties on the back. Dress has back neck slit opening with hook and eye closure and baby hems. I don't know why I can't talk today, but that is a gorgeous design. Simple and gorgeous. I love the details on the front there. If you take a look at the art illustration, you'll see it's not just a halter dress that has a front and a back. You do have two pattern pieces. It looks like that you're putting together on the front so that you can get like this asymmetrical like triangled hem, or not hem, I'm sorry, seam in the front of the dress, which I think is really fun, and you can definitely play with that. And it looks like that's going to be the design for the front and the back, and I think you can definitely play with that. Color blocking options, like you can have a really beautiful red satin material on the front, pink on the bottom, or vice versa, and it will be a perfect Valentine's Day dress. I really do like that one. This is a Mrs. Vogue V2016 fitted line jacket, has princess seam, slightly extended shoulders, shoulder pads, long two-piece sleeves with darted cap, button trim on sleeves, and front welt pockets with flaps. View A has peak lapels. View B has a shawl collar. I don't know what it is with these shoulder pads here. I don't know why they have been making a comeback in the last couple years. I am not a fan of shoulder pads. And as you can imagine, because my biceps are larger, and I talk quite a bit about that on this channel, I am not buying anything that has shoulder pads in it, like I'm talking about from a retail store. And I'm definitely not going to sew them into my garments. And so again, you'll always hear me say, I'm going to omit the shoulder pads. I'm not going to put shoulder pads in my garments because I don't want to attract any more attention to that area than is necessary. So other than that, I do like the style and the cut. We see princess seams in this jacket pattern as well, which is going to give you that fit and flared look if that's something that you're looking for. And you do have these different options for your collar. You have your shawl collar, and then you also have the notch collar, which I think is fun. And you have that 2-part sleeve as well. So really nice pattern. I just would not select the fabric choices that they made. And also I would omit the pads if I were to purchase this pattern. Next, we have a really simple shirt. So this is the Vogue V2012. So you have a loose fitting shirt that has concealed button front opening, pointed collar band, and you also have a shirt. The shirt includes long set-in sleeves with pleats and button cuffs and with a placket. I do like the way that they advertise this. Like you can do like the color blocking there, which I think is really fun with the model that's wearing the white and black. Again, very simple shirt. I have quite a few of shirt patterns that look like this in my stash, so I would not be going out to buy that, but it is very simple, something that you can make if you are in that stage where you're doing the buttonholes and the concealed button closure. So I think that will be fun for people who are entering into that stage, who want to play with concealed button closures. That would be a pattern that you can go to practice on, or if that's your style and you really want to do that. The next pattern, Vogue V2018, also a Mrs. jacket, skirt, and pants. I really like this view A and B that they're showing here with the model. This reminds me of the Christian Dior, like that first outfit that that first outfit that was created, that gave us like this, that ushered us into this new era of wearing jackets and skirts. I really, really love that style, and it really reminds me of that. I would definitely consider buying this. I would have considered buying it if it wasn't for all the different panels in the skirt. I am not a fan of doing those types of styles for whatever reason, making those styles. I love looking at them and they are very pretty, but I don't like doing the godets as much. So we have a fitted line peplum jacket that has front button closure, notch collar, godet, and front end seam pockets. You also have skirt B that has waist facings, side front and side back, center front and center back seams with godet, and invisible side seam zipper, tapered pants, fitted through the hips, have a side front waistband, slanted pockets, and invisible zipper. So again, like I said, if I can get this style or recreate this style without actually making it with godet type style patterns pieces, I would definitely make it. However, not something I'm going to go out and get because I don't like working with those types of pattern pieces there. Next, we have a Mrs. Skirt in 2 different lengths. This is the Vogue V2013. Fitted unlined skirt, has double-breasted front button, opening, welt pockets, and top stitching. View A is slim, a slim fitted skirt in short length. View B is a floor length skirt, is flared and has godets. And also both skirts have top stitching details. Again, I would love, love, love to make that mermaid skirt. However, again, with the godets, I don't know, especially if it's lined. I think the previous one, that one was lined, but this one here is not lined. I would have to go in and look at the pattern pieces, see how many number of pattern pieces that are included into that and all of that before I would commit to doing something like this. But yeah, not a pattern I would probably go out and get simply because of that reason. Okay, so let's take a look at this next pattern. This is a Mrs. One Shoulder or Off the Shoulder dress with pants. This is the Vogue V2021. Loose fitting one shoulder neck dress, has neck facings, invisible side seam zipper, length variations and narrow hem. View B has purchased lace trim, Fitted pants have flat front, side front pockets, elastic back, and narrow hem. I think this is really fun in like an easy style for summer. They probably should have included this into the summer collection, because in the spring collection, especially in the United States, I don't know about other places in the world, probably not going to be wearing this anytime soon. However, taking into consideration that other people around the world who are getting now able to get access to these patterns quickly through a PDF format or purchasing them online, they are in different seasons. And so I think that that will be fantastic for those individuals who are living in climates where it calls for something like this. But for right now, not something that any of us in the US were thinking about, especially in the East, because we've been having a lot of snowstorms lately. And so, yeah, definitely won't be looking at that pattern anytime soon. But I think it's a really nice pattern, especially for summer, when you want something that's really light and cool. And it looks like you're going to be using those lightweight fabrics as well. And so it will definitely keep you nice and cool. Next pattern, Mrs. Two-Piece Dress, Vogue V2007. This is another one that I will be getting. I love this. Yes, it's very simple in design. Probably can replicate this with some of the patterns that I have in my stash, but I definitely want to go out and get this nonetheless. It is a fitted button front shirt that have a pointed collar, neckband, set-in sleeves, bust darts, top stitching, and shaped hem. View A has patch pockets and below elbow sleeves with split cuff. View B has, you're going to be cutting that on the crosswise of the grain. It has a placket sleeve, opening and button cuff. Loose fitting skirts are cut on the the crosswise grain as well. Have waist pleats and visible side zipper with a hook and bar closure, and horse braid on your hem. So I really do like that, and that fabric there is a perfect choice for both models. And the one in the print there, that is a mood fabric, and I've been wanting to purchase that fabric and not knowing what to do with it. This is a really great illustration of that fabric and demonstration of how to use that fabric. I really do like the way that they styled the model there, and it's making me want to purchase this pattern, even though I know I have patterns that are similar to this in my stash that I can get the same or a similar look to. So maybe I'll get the pattern, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just look in my stash and look and see what I can recreate with it, because it is a very simple pattern. However, it's a very nice one. Next is this Mrs. Dress in two different lengths, Vogue V2010. Really, really loving this dress as well. It's a halter dress that have many different panels. You have a close fitting underlined and lined open back trumpet dress that has princess seams, bow detail, halter neck, and back straps with hook and bar closures and invisible back zipper. View B has a train in the back. Separate pattern pieces are included for cup sizes, and they have A, B, C, and D cup sizes. As you can see, you have two different lengths. One has the train, the other one does not. Really, really gorgeous evening pattern, I think. Evening gown pattern. Next, we have a men's jacket. This is the Vogue V2022. Shorts and pants. Semi-fitted unlined jackets have pointed collar, long two-piece sleeves with button cuffs, concealed front button closure, and front pockets. Jacket A has gussets and patch pockets with welts. Jacket B has conventional patch pockets. Mid-rise semi-fitted pants have waistband and belt carriers, fly front, side pockets, and back belt pockets. Shorts C has cargo pockets on the sides and stitched hem. Pants D has regular hem. So we got a lot going on here. Definitely for your average or your intermediate to advanced sewist. Got a lot going on. I would not have chosen those colors. However, it's a really great pattern, I think, if you want something for men. This next pattern I think is really, really fun. It's a lounge top, robe, and pants. I wouldn't necessarily do the view that has like that slit opening. I did a pattern like that last year when I was testing for Diane Doe for one of their patterns. And after, making that pattern, I learned that I don't really like the open slits very much. This is a semi-fitted top or robe that has covered shoulder pads, flared sleeves, snap closure, and belt. View A has split sleeves. View B has lace trim and side front pockets. Wide leg pants have front pleats, front pleats, and front fly zipper. View D has lace trim. So again, I think this is a really, really nice set. I just don't like the split sleeve for that view A there, but I would definitely make view B and C. Love those pants. Really love those. So that's a fun outfit I would definitely make for lounging in the house, I guess. And then we have the Vogue V 2019, which looks like it's another lounge set. And this one's by Marcy Tilton. You have loose fitting split neck top that have stitched down neck facing, set in sleeves, bust darts and side slits. Loose fitting elastic waist pants have side seam pockets and length variations. View A top has top stitching details and also a vent. So this one I think would be something that would be a little bit more along the lines that I would be looking for, something that's simple, but also you can dress it up with a different type of fabric that you choose. So you can definitely make it more elegant. You could definitely add lace around the neckline, on the sleeve, on the lower part of the hem on your pants, and kind of make it a little bit more classy and a little bit more elegant. But you don't have to have like these big voluminous sleeves and walking around the house with, these big sleeves and also this 2-part sleeve. It's just something that I feel like is not very practical and very something that would be functional for me. However, I do like the design of that other one with the 2-part sleeve. It's just, it looks a little bit too much to be a lounge set. So that is the Vogue and the Butterick collection of 2024, the early spring collection, and my thoughts about the collection. As I mentioned before, not a whole lot that I'm going to run out and get. Let me know in the comment section below which patterns you thought were really creative, patterns that you're going to go out and get, something that you really liked from the collections. And also, if you didn't like the collections, just go ahead and drop us a comment in the comment section below and let us know your thoughts and why you did or did not like these 2 collections. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in and stopping by to today's video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. All right, everyone, I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed, happy sewing week, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye.